Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This is genuinely going to be probably one of the most chill, calm, zen videos I've ever uploaded on my channel. I thought I would film like an evening unwind with me slash Q&A slash updated skincare routine slash just a bit of a chat and a bit of a friendly video. So most people film get ready with me's and morning routines and then putting their makeup on, but I thought, do you know what, I haven't really seen many people doing the opposite. I've seen a few but not loads of videos and not recently, so I thought I would do a little unwind with me and get unready with me, but not literally. Gonna be keeping my clothes on. So it is around 7:30 in the evening. I've had this face of makeup on all day, and even though it doesn't look like it, I am actually wearing foundation and it feels horrible on my face right now because it's been on all day. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take off my makeup and answer some of you guys' questions. So the questions vary very dramatically, from surface level questions to very deep questions to just stuff like that. So while I take my makeup off, I'm just going to pick one to answer. So the first one is, what would you say is your biggest achievement today, career-wise or personally? This is actually something I really don't think about all that often, but I would say that my biggest achievement, or the achievement that I'm like the most proud of in recent times, is definitely like solo traveling Australia. Because if you'd have asked 16-year-old me would I have done that, I would have absolutely not believed you. Like, I just really think that was quite out of my comfort zone, and I'm really proud of myself for that. Do feel as though that's a weird achievement, but I know what I mean. A couple of people asking about jobs, which is a weird one but also a good question. Somebody said, did you have another job before you did YouTube? Now, I feel like I can't take myself seriously while I'm sat like scrubbing my mascara off. Yes, I actually used to work in a cafe, a fairly popular high street store. I think I've named it before. Basically, I used to work in Patisserie Valerie. I'm not even sure if the company exists anymore. I think they've gone bankrupt, but I used to work for Patisserie Valerie and I worked there for just over a year when I was 16 and 17. And then once I started like earning more from doing YouTube, I quit that job because I just really didn't like it. I only did it because I wanted some money and I needed some kind of income. Obviously I was 16, 17, I was starting to learn to drive, stuff like that. But then I quit and now I just do YouTube. How gross is that? How grim. So that is all of my makeup off. And the next question is pretty fitting. Somebody said, what would you say is your current skincare routine or favourite skincare at the moment? This leads me on perfectly to the next step in my unwind with me. So we're going to move over to the bathroom. So recently I have actually been trying out some new skincare. I mentioned this in a vlog probably around 2 weeks ago now. So I'd say I've been testing this out for like 3 weeks and my skin generally has actually got so much clearer. At the moment I'm having a bit of a breakout across here. That's definitely more hormonal than it is related to any product. Gonna take my earrings out. I feel like they're just a bit in the way. However, I have really got on with this, so I thought I would share it with you guys. So I have been using the Teamy Superfood Cleanser, and as you can see, I've used a little bit of this now. Honestly guys, I'm a big fan. So that is the cleanser that I'm going to be using. I'm very excited because my skin does feel a little bit like just dirty. Like, I've had makeup on all day. So this is what my skin looks like before. Now obviously you can see that there are some problem areas like here and on my forehead especially. I've always had trouble with my forehead, but my cheeks as a whole are pretty clear. I think the lack of makeup wearing during the day during lockdown has definitely helped clear like these bits of my skin from like any blemishes or any past scarring. So I'm just going to use the cleanser as I usually would. So my favourite thing about this is that it is made with 100% natural ingredients. There's literally nothing else in it, which means it doesn't really feel like it's stripping the skin of its natural oils, but it does still feel like it's definitely cleaning your skin and getting into your pores and stuff. So I'm just going to apply this. So I just kind of rub this in with my hands, specifically focusing on my nose and my forehead. As I mentioned, I have had like problems with my skin on and off really throughout my teenage years, but always mainly on the forehead. Like, it's always my forehead that is first to get a flare up. Guys, I wish you could smell this. It smells incredible. The ingredients in it are like matcha, turmeric, sea kelp, everything that smells super organic, super natural, but feels amazing on the skin. I do just kind of feel as though this is getting rid of any other makeup that was kind of like stuck in my skin that I didn't get while I was taking it off. And then once it's kind of like foamed up a little bit, I'm just going to rinse it off. So this is my skin now that I've used it. I feel like you can see that it just looks a bit healthier, a bit shinier. And as I said, I've been trialing this for probably around 3 weeks now, and I've definitely noticed a decrease in blemishes, like 100%. Although I am still getting spots, like obviously you guys can see that, and I said I do think that's more hormonal. They're scarring a lot less, especially after I've been using this. Once they start to disappear, they go really quickly and they don't leave any marks, which is amazing. And I do just think the texture of my skin generally, it feels so much more smooth. But yeah, that's pretty much an updated cleansing routine. I've been doing that pretty much every day or every other day, especially on the days where I have had makeup on, because I do feel as though it helps to clean your skin and it leaves it feeling a lot smoother. I'm obsessed. Okay, so now my skin feels a lot better, super soft and really cleansed. I'm also going to do a face mask. Obviously I don't do this every single night. I'd probably say I do a face mask about once a week. And when Teamy sent me out the Superfood Cleanser to try, they also sent me the detox mask. I don't have to fully review this one for you, but I have been using it like once a week and I do really love how my skin feels after it. So I thought I would apply this while I answer some more questions. Ooh. Satisfying. On the back here this just says best applied at night. It's night time. So I just use a brush to apply this and I just kind of put it in my T-zone and on my cheeks a little bit. Okay, the next question. Somebody said, would you ever move to Australia? The answer to that is yes, I would love to move to Australia. Obviously a lot of things would depend on that, but this person has asked would it be for good or just 6 to 12 months, and I definitely think it would be more short term if I was ever going to go, but I would really love to do that. It's so hard to pick questions. Honestly, there's so many good ones. Somebody said, would you ever consider getting cosmetic procedures done? No, I actually wouldn't, because quite often the places that you likely are to get surgery, so like for example your nose or your boobs, I'm pretty confident with those areas of my body. Like I like my nose and I don't hate my boobs. Probably not. The only thing that I have been tempted to get in the past, I don't think I ever would, but the idea of jaw filler is like tempting because I wish I had a really good jaw, but I don't think I'd ever actually do it. I don't really have a strong opinion on people that do or don't. I think if it benefits you, you do you. Oh, this is a good question. Somebody said, what other names did you have for Lottie before you picked Lottie? So the reason Lottie's called Lottie is because Harry and I both have like double letters and a Y at the end. So obviously I'm Molly and he's Harry, and it's like double L-Y, double R-Y. So we wanted Lottie to have the same kind of sound, even though she is Lottie with an IE. So other names included, I think we had Winnie. Winnie was really high up on the list. What else was there? There was a couple of others. Mabel was on there. Somebody said, what is your favourite song at the minute? Good question. Let me have a look. I actually haven't been listening to music as much as I thought I would be in lockdown. I've been listening to podcasts a lot more. So my favourite podcast is Shagged, Married and Annoyed by Chris and Rosie Ramsey. Obsessed with that. That doesn't answer your question, does it? My favourite song right now, I do like the new 1975 album. Probably If You're Too Shy by the 1975. Are you planning on getting any more tattoos? Shall I just put this on my chin as well, guys? Yes, I do want more tattoos. I didn't think I would become the person that wanted loads of tattoos, but now I actually do have an idea for at least 2 more. Like, I know where I want them and what I want. It's just a case of like when and where, because obviously I got my last tattoo in Australia and I would want to get it somewhere meaningful. Somebody said, when do you want to travel Southeast Asia? So this is a plan of mine for early next year, all being well with the current situation going on and if we're allowed to travel. I have a route that I want to do in Southeast Asia and Australia. Half of it on my own, half of it hopefully with Tom. Very excited, but obviously it just depends on how everything goes at the end of this year. But yeah, at some point I will do it. Obviously it just depends when. Favourite books? So many people have asked me this. Favourite books? I just finished a book called Something in the Water. That was pretty good as thrillers go. I didn't really see it coming. It was quite good. It's not my favourite book I've ever read. Read a book at the beginning of lockdown called The Man Who Didn't Call. That was good. That had a big plot twist. But generally I would go for like thrillers and crimes and stuff like that. So if you've got any thriller book recommendations, let me know in the comments. Oh my god, I've just realised the colour of the questions matches the face mask. Do you notice the age gap in your YouTube friendship group? Generally, no, I actually don't. So if you don't know, our YouTube friendship group basically consists of me, Liv Rook, Lizzie Barnett, them two don't do YouTube anymore, Eve Bennett, Lydia Violetta and New, online New Stunning. There is an age gap between us. It's not massive. So Lizzie is the youngest, I think she's 18, and New is the oldest at 21. And I don't notice an age gap massively, other than obviously until recently Lizzie was still in college. Now that we're all out of education, no, I don't think there is a reason to like put an age on friendships, especially once you've left school. Like when I was traveling, there were so many different ages and it didn't even cross my mind once, and then I was speaking to people and I was like, oh yeah, you're like 27. Do you think you're too young to be in a committed relationship? No, I don't at all. I think that we're both committed to each other. I do get comments quite a lot being like, oh, you're only with Tom because it's like a safety net and you've only ever known being with Tom, but genuinely, like, that's not it. Like, we're just really happy. I think this just makes me want to vom. Like, I feel a bit sick saying all of this, but like, we're just in a really trusting, good relationship, and I don't think that we're too young for that. We're both 20, and yeah. Oh, this is a good one. I was speaking about this earlier. If you could, would you want to build your own house or renovate a house, or would you buy a new build? I would much rather build my own house or renovate a house than to buy a new build, unless the new build had been designed by me. Obviously, I don't know, like, in terms of in the future, I have no idea, but I would love to renovate a house. That is like a dream of mine. Like, that is very high on my list of things I want to do in life. Right, last one, and then I'm gonna let this dry before I wash it off and show you the next step of my unwind routine. Also, guys, what do you think of the background? Like, do you like this background? Do you not? I feel like I really vibe with this, but if you prefer my other, I can not film here again. You always talk about your best travel experiences, but what about your worst? In my Australia vlogs, I definitely covered the highlights and the lowlights because I didn't want it to be just good. Like, I wanted it to be real. So a low light, in fact, probably the worst travel experience I've ever had was being pickpocketed at Melbourne airport. That was traumatic and not pleasant, and I don't recommend anybody ever getting things stolen from you because it's not a fun time. Looking back, I could have handled it better, but in the moment I just didn't know what to do. Just generally, the constant lack of sleep towards the end of the Australia trip was not the best bit of it. We were doing a lot of overnight buses and I can't sleep on transport, so I was just very tired. But the adrenaline kind of did keep me going, and I'm very surprised I didn't get ill, to be honest. But yeah, they were probably two lowlights of those trips at least. Who was your first YouTube friend? Good question. Why am I out of focus? Hi, camera. I think my first YouTube friends were probably Jasmine and Sophie Clough. They were the first people I ever met from doing YouTube, I think. I could be wrong. No, yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Sophie Clough. Still love those girls. They're very sound. Right, last one, and then I will actually wait until this is wash it offable. What do you actually do with the stuff that you get sent / given by brands? A really good question. Obviously, you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, probably see that I do amazingly, and I'm so grateful. Kindly get sent stuff quite often, probably I would say like 4 times a week. Not all the times it's like crazy big things, sometimes it's tiny things, but basically I do 3 things with them. I either keep them for myself because sometimes I genuinely love the product and I know that I'll use it. So an example of that is whenever the Body Shop send me anything, that's gone instantly because me and my mum just love it. So that's always the first to be like, right, we're keeping that because we will use it. If I know that we're probably not going to use it, or we're not going to use all of them, I will offer them to my friends. Like, I just put it on Snapchat, or sometimes my friends, like my good friends, just message me and be like, oh, if you don't want that, I'll have it, and of course that's fine. And then thirdly, I either do a lot of giveaways on Instagram, or I give them away to charity or women's shelters, which I have done a few times. It's harder to find places that take cosmetics. Clothing is quite easy, obviously you can just give that to charity. Yeah, cosmetics, if they've been used, it's difficult sometimes to find somewhere that will take them, but there are places, and yeah, that's what I do. But I definitely don't get sent like floods of stuff. Like, there's not makeup releases every single day, and it's like one product when something arrives. It's not like a whole PO box at the same time. I'll get back to you in 5 more minutes when this has dried and I will wash it off. So as you can see, it's been around 15 minutes and this is like pretty much fully dried in these areas. It's just a little bit damp still on my cheeks. I feel like this kind of shows up where is like a bit more oily in my skin, at least anyway. So I'm now gonna wash this off. It feels so tight, like I can't smile. I also look like Shrek. That's cool. Bats are getting in the way. Ugh, this angle is so jokes. What the hell? I've got Shrek in my hair. Look at that green hair. Hi. Not gonna lie, my skin feels good. Really good. Oh, we be silky smooth now. I feel like potentially this water could have been here for about 2 days. Yeah, that's not fresh. Well, now my skin feels amazing. There's only like 2 steps left in my like get unready with me, take my makeup off with me. My hair's already in plaits and I'm just gonna sleep with them like this tonight because lazy girl hack, can't be bothered to wash it. Okay, I've got a lot of questions saying what's been your least favourite part of lockdown, what are you most excited for after this is over, but I've only got one saying what's your favourite part of lockdown been, and I thought that that was a positive spin on it. Oh, also by the way guys, now just popping on the Vitamin E Night Cream by The Body Shop because I always like to put this on before bed. My favourite part of lockdown has probably been just the time to slow down. Like, I'm one of those people that always is like, oh, I wish I had more time. If I had more time, I'd do this, or I'd love to put more effort into my content if I had more time, and I really have had more time to do that, and hopefully you guys have been able to tell that I have been putting a bit more effort into my videos and my Instagrams and stuff like that, obviously within reason because it's hard on the flip side to think of content in lockdown, but probably just the ability to slow down and work on myself without having 3 million other things to do. Oh, my face feels silky soft. Silky soft. Love a full skincare routine. I honestly do if I have the time. Good question, random one. Would you rather have 5 million subscribers with less views or 2 million views per video and less subs? I have this in my hair. Definitely 2 million views per video, because I think that you can have like 5 million subscribers but not an active channel, and then there's just no point really. Last thing I'm gonna do is actually use a lip scrub. I have actually been getting dry lips quite a lot recently. So this lip scrub is by, who is this by? So Fragrance, and I love this. It tastes amazing as well. I'm never sure if you are meant to eat lip scrubs, but this one's a sugar scrub, so I imagine you're fine to eat it. Wow, I just realised how hard it's going to be to answer a question whilst applying this. One sec, let me pick one. Do you wish you had more siblings? Growing up, I used to really wish I had a sister, like as well as a brother, not instead of Harry, obviously. Harry and I have always got on really well, but just I would have loved an older sister, so maybe that. I don't know, I can't imagine it in my family, so I'm pretty happy. This hair is so good. Is it normal to eat a lip scrub? Please tell me in the comments. Is there any country that you don't want to visit that most people do? Good question. Until recently, like until a few years ago, I would have said Australia because I was really scared of the spider situation. No, because I just want to see the whole world. I'm trying to think of somewhere that I don't really fancy going. I don't know how much I would fancy like India. I don't know, yeah, I probably would want to go to India, I don't know. How did you improve your running during lockdown? Honestly, just doing it frequently. I would say it's been like 6 weeks now, since maybe 5 weeks, 5-6 weeks since I started trying to jog. To start with, I'd do like 1 jog a week and then just walk the rest, and then I would do like 3 jogs a week, and then I would try jogging a little bit on every single walk that I went on, until now I can do like a lot longer stints jogging. Don't get me wrong, I do still have to slow down and walk some of it, but I have noticed a huge improvement. Do you have a separate Instagram for friends and family? Yes, I do. What is the oldest person that you would date if you were single? Good question. I don't think it's massively on age, but obviously I do think that you're at very different stages in life in your 20s. So I would say probably like 25 would be the oldest, or 26, which is like 6 years older than me. But it would just depend what stage of life they were at, because I met people whilst I was traveling, as I mentioned, that were like 28, 29, 30, but we were obviously in like the same stage of life, and that we were like traveling the world. So I think you can be quite a mature old 20-year-old, or you could be 26 and only just graduating from uni. So I really just think it depends where you're at. I'm not looking to date anyone. Okay, final one. I'm gonna pick one more. Whoa. Favorite Taylor Swift album? Good one to end on. Probably 1989. If you are a fellow Taylor Swift fan, comment down below your favorite album. I would say mine is, yeah, 89 or Reputation. But thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the chatty, laid-back style. But yeah, I really recommend checking out Teami as a skincare brand. I have face mask in my plat. Nice. But yeah, as a skincare brand, they do some incredible fully vegan skincare products that are really, really good for just helping clear your skin, helping make it feel smoother, get rid of blemishes, help with scarring, that kind of stuff. So I'll leave a link to the cleanser down in the description below if you do want to check it out. I really recommend. But other than that, I'm gonna go. I am gonna go and put some pajamas on and make myself a cup of tea. So I hope that you're having a relaxing evening if you're watching this in the evening. If not, hope you're having a good day, and I shall see you back on my channel on Saturday. Bye guys.